Hello everybody, it's actually Michael here. I have hacked Scotty's account because recently I found this topic and I was just so angry when I read it that I had to share my opinions with people. So I thought this was the best platform to do so. So Scotty doesn't actually know about this, but let's not mention that to him. He'll find out soon, and hopefully I can explain, and he'll be fine with this. But anyway, I've spent far too long talking about this intro. So why don't we move on to the actual topic at hand, and I'll stop wasting your time. So yes. Anyway. Everyone on the internet, I've seen a lot of talk about this fight between KSI and Logan Paul. So apparently, from what I've heard, that KSI has actually done this boxing match before, and he beat Zoella in the fight. So clearly he's not the worst boxer in the world. But I didn't care about that fight. I didn't really watch it. But the thing that's really rattle my badger is that this next fight against Logan Paul is actually going to be a pay-per-view event. A pay-per-view. Yes, you heard me right. And when I first heard this, I was outraged because, well, I don't want to say anything about the two fighters here. They're both knobheads, so the less said about them, the better. But the problem is that people who in their right mind would ever actually pay to watch this event. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I think I really need to qualify this. So I will say now I am a fan of the sport of boxing, and I am perfectly happy to pay to watch a massive fight. But even in professional boxing, I've had my problem with pay-per-view events. That's why this really it really shakes my snake. That's why this is it just gets me going. So recently in boxing, there's been a few big fights that have really gushed my grilla. But so for example, a few years ago, Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. This was, in my opinion, one of the first experiences that I personally have had of marketing selling a fight more than the actual fighter. So this fight, it was an awful fight if any of you watched it. Absolutely terrible. Floyd Mayweather, I've always thought he's an absolutely pathetic boxer, but he's a brilliant campaigner. He's almost the equivalent, the Donald Trump of boxing, but that may be a slightly controversial opinion. So less said about that, yes. But anyway, he's a very defensive boxer, Floyd Mayweather, not Trump, Mayweather, yes. But yes. So he always puts on a very defensive performance and easily wins fights. He's a brilliant boxer. I can't take that away from him, but I find him very boring to watch. So he has recently fought Pacquiao, which everyone hated as a fight because it was boring, and Pacquiao couldn't touch him. But people happily paid. It was £20 in the UK, but I believe it was a lot more than that in the US. Also, last year I believe there was an even bigger scam when Mayweather fought against Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, he's not even a boxer. He's not even a good UFC fighter. He's a good UFC fighter, yes, but he's not the best UFC fighter from what I've heard. And this scam came up that McGregor could potentially beat Mayweather in a fight. It was ridiculous. But anyway, that fight happened. People paid 20 quid again to watch that and were disappointed. Even recently, there was a fight, and this is a much more relevant point. Joseph Parker was fighting Dylan White here in the UK. Now, you may not have heard of these boxers if you don't follow boxing quite closely, but both of these fighters have previously lost to the current holder of 3 heavyweight belts, Anthony Joshua, who is one of the most hyped up boxers in recent time. So White and Parker, they fought each other, and the idea was that the winner of this fight may get another shot at fighting Joshua. And this fight, I was quite excited for this fight, thinking, it could be quite interesting. Turned out they made that a pay-per-view. £20 to watch these two people who no one in this country really has an interest in. White, he's managed to forge a career from claiming he beat Joshua at the youth level. I don't know how he's done it, but he's done well. And Parker, no one in the UK really cares about it. But this fight was pay-per-view. and I did not actually pay for this fight. I may have I've watched it in other ways, shall we say, without incriminating oneself. Yeah, yes, yes. But anyway, so I watched that. It was actually a very good fight, and actually worth the money. But I'm getting off track here. So what I'm really trying to highlight here is that even in professional boxing, a lot of these fights that are pay-per-view, they're not worth the money. Look at your Mayweathers. Then we move on to these amateur boxers. They're not even good at the sport, and they're there. They are charging people to watch their YouTube drama. It's not even going to be a good fight. I can guarantee you that now. Just look at the two people. They're not professional boxers. They don't know how to even throw a punch. So I don't know what people are expecting. So why on earth would you pay money to watch a fight you could happily go outside the pub late one Friday night and you could watch the exact same thing in the street, and it would probably be more interesting because at least you wouldn't know who's going to win. This entire thing is a joke. And when they were happily showing it for free, I couldn't care less. If they're happy to do that, maybe it will get people into the world of boxing. But they're charging a premium to watch this pathetic display. I just can't understand it. Who on earth is watching this? And if you're paying to watch this, just watch some of the boxing that is shown for free on television, and maybe you'll enjoy the sport more then, because those people actually care. They have worked their entire lives, these boxers, to try and make a living. Most of them don't make it. There can only be a few champions at a time, and most people dedicate their entire careers to this sport, this very serious professional sport. And then you have these two pathetic YouTubers. They're just making a joke, a mockery of the entire thing. And that's why I find it disgusting that they will charge money to watch this pathetic display when you could watch any other fight for free, and it would be a much better, more important display. Now, I'm sorry that I've got so emotional during this, but I just don't understand who the people are that are going to pay for this. And I really hope that they make no money. I hope that no one turns up to watch it, because they don't deserve it. They've made this fake YouTube drama between these two people who they don't care about each other. This is all for the money. And I just find it pathetic. And I really wish it didn't happen. But anyway, sorry, I've got a bit emotional there, but anyway, I think I should leave it there now. I'd really like for people to leave their opinions and tell me why people are interested in this fight. I'm making air quotes here, fight, because this isn't a fight. This is a show. This is a theatrical piece. It's not a real fight. But anyway, please just let me know below, because I need to hear something. So yeah, this is Michael Kendall here. Michael Kendall. Yeah, and that's all I've got to say. So yeah, thank you, I suppose, and goodbye.